Hi everyone, Tarot with Joe here. In this video, I will be discussing the number one thing that holds people back from making the change that they want. So whether that's a new relationship or a new job or more money in their life or a new attitude or whatever it is, this one critical moment is such a defining factor. I call it the critical point. And we're going to discuss what I call the consciousness crossfade. So critical point, consciousness crossfade. Let's go. So I used to be a DJ when I was your age. I love DJing. So much fun. In DJing, you crossfade between one track and another because the idea is you don't want to stop playing the music. You want people to have fun, keep dancing, all of that. So there's always music playing. So when a song starts to end, you start to bring in the new track B, until they're kind of both playing at the same time, and then you fade out of track A and you're fully in track B. Now this is what happens when people want to make a change. This is what I work with people on in coaching and also in tarot. When you want to make a change, you're here and you want to be here, but there's a gap. And in the coaching practice that I work with, we close that gap, or we get through it. There's also another gap, but that's for another video. So what the critical point is when people start making the change, and by making the change, I mean their mind, emotional body, and actions are synergetically working together into one being that is new, not the old being, the new being, when they have arrived at that harmonious point of where they want to go. Sometimes they do not see immediate evidence of the change. And when that happens, it can be very easy to give up. It can be very easy to go back into the old pattern of doubt, of skepticism, of, oh, it's not possible, I'm not seeing any results, all of that. But what's happening is they're not aware of the very subtle tones of that new track B, their new life, their new job, their new relationship, whatever it is, starting to come in. So we're in track A, and then we subtly start to bring up the lows in the audio, like the bass and the beat. And then when we're there, if you can have enough resilience, if you can keep being what you want to be in the future, we start to bring in mids, and then the mid-level of the audio, and then the highs. And then before you know it, you're in track B, loving it all, having a grand old time. I like this metaphor because consciousness to me is like the background music of life that you've never noticed. It's the music, the beat that we're always working to. It's that constant that has always been there, always. And I believe that when you are fully aware of that beat that has always existed, consciousness, that's when you get enlightened. But that's just my philosophy. Another metaphor is like this hourglass right here. So when we start to make the change, we tip things. What we're doing here in life is we're shifting our priorities, our vision, our actions, thoughts, and emotions together. We're shifting them, and then, oh, I don't, there's no sand yet, there's no sand yet, there's no sand yet, and all of a sudden, there's one little grain of sand, and then 2, and then 10, and then 100, and eventually it's all falling down, and the change is really happening from one to the other. So if you are resilient enough in thinking, feeling, being the new person, the new relationship, the new job, the new state of being that you want to be, then eventually that first grain of sand will fall into your lap. And when it does, it feels so good. Oh my Ganesha. I remember so I've been reading tarot for a really long time, but I remember the first time I booked an event, like I was reading at an event, like concert readings for several hours. And when I did that, it was such a game changer because I learned so much, and it was so just delicious to finally be doing it, and all my hard work, all of my studies, all of my intention, all of my inner work, and I was there. And it was so challenging, and I learned so much, and that was a defining moment for me. But if you can withstand that critical point of doubt and continue moving forward, eventually you will get that grain of sand, and then more. And then before you know it, you'll be in that new life. So let me know your thoughts on this. and I would love to work with you. You can find more information about my work at tarotwithjoe.com, or you can email me at tarotwithjoe@gmail.com, or find me on Instagram, tarotwithjoe. Much love. There's no bliss like consciousness, and talk to you later. Thanks.